You know, in hindsight, I have my problems and, like, my criticisms, obviously, with anything, where I'm like, oh, you know, as a big fan of this comics character... Wow, okay, cool.
Sorry.
Got, like, the emphysema patrol cut me off.
Sorry.
And where I'm like, oh, well, as a big fan of this comics character, even though I live with the asthma antagonist, my own supervillain,
Yeah.
you know, I really do wish that they had done this thing, or like, hey, as this character... a fan of this character, I wish they had done this, right?
I'm actually the emphysema enigma, so that way people with stutters will actually accidentally say the N-word when trying to say my name.
Ooh, like you.
Yeah. And then I could prosecute them.
Prosecute them? How would you do that?
Well, because they're racist and they deserve prosecution.
I forgot I have to stop these guys.
You have to stop those guys within a minute and 12 seconds now.
That was very stupid of me.
So basically your point was, in hindsight, with all of the other games that have come out this year and last year, you think this superhero game is actually really great.
Yeah, like, I think I was taking this for granted. Like, yeah, it could use, you know, it could use a director's cut. I'd love to see some more stuff, and hell, maybe I don't find MJ that attractive to me. That's okay, because guess what? They didn't murder Spider-Man with a gun in the game.
Yeah, and then pee on his grave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certain other games that I have played and will be playing more of, I don't even, you know, can we... I'm worried about spoilers because people want to watch that.
But that's okay. I genuinely think, in my opinion, this game is probably one of the best superhero games we've gotten in the last, like, 3 years.
Well, we haven't gotten many.
Yeah, I know, but I think it's one of the best.
See, it's better than Gotham Knights.
Yeah, however, I would wager to say Gotham Knights is better than the most recent game that has come out.
Gameplay-wise, no, but in terms of, like, being respectful to characters, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
By a lot, yeah.
I like that game more than Suicide Squad.
Let's get to your mom and Genki.
I'm worried, though, about, like, people knowing exactly what you're talking about and being like, you ruined Suicide Squad for me.
Spider-Man. You're okay. What happened?
I took your advice. I let go of some things that didn't serve me. Come on.
Wait, is her boyfriend Genki? Is that why we've never met her boyfriend?
I thought I was gonna die.
Oh my gosh!
Flashing from my eyes.
You're good, man.
Is Genki above 18?
No, that makes it, like,
That time
more insane.
When we went mini golfing for my birthday and I got that hole-in-one to win, I cheated. I could pick up the ball and dropped it in when you weren't looking, and
You were 8.
And honestly, I never liked the sandwiches you traded for at lunch, but I went along with it because I knew how much you loved my mom's banchan, and I'm seeing someone new, by the way. Her name's Andy, and she's great, and please don't kill me, but I just thought of a sequel for Sweet Nonagon, and
Wait. Andy from Kim? Oh, she's real cool.
Why are we telling each other secrets?
Saving us.
Look, I'm sorry I've been so busy. I'll do better. Make the time to hang out.
Be careful. Genki, let's get uptown. I'll make you something good for dinner.
Aww.
That is his girlfriend.
Find Harry.
That's Andy from Chem.
Andy from Chem was a cover.
Okay, Andy from Chem was a cover.
I got uptown.
Alright, so...
Actually, I really like that mission.
I should check in on some other things.
I did too.
I like that we are seeing more of Miles again. Because, as I would like to reiterate again, in this universe, Miles is my favorite Spider-Man. I love Peter, but I really love Miles. I don't know what it is about him. I just think he's so funny and sweet and compassionate.
I think that's what it is about him, is that he's really down to earth and he's a kid.
Yeah,
You know, so
I
like
know.
you kind of just see...
It makes me want to protect him. Is that weird? Like, it brings in my motherly instincts.
Now, the scene of a deadly bloodbath. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've seen the photos released from Times Square, where we've learned Sergei Kravenov, also known as Kraven, leader of the 100, has been brutally murdered by a monstrous unknown assailant. The most interesting piece of information to arise out of this catastrophe: the horrendous behemoth behind the homicide was sporting the same damn spider logo of New York's own Spider-Man. The day I've prophesied and rightly feared may have come to pass. Spider-Man has perhaps transformed into a merciless creature, capable of apocalyptic levels of destruction. This is the result of unchecked power and unsupervised will. I'm sure that if this is indeed Spider-Man, he's most likely...
What happened? Can you hear it still?
No.
Genki, what's up?
Hey, Mr. Parker. You've been dealing with those fire cult guys, right? The followers of the flame?
Yeah?
I'm seeing reports on social media say they spotted a few of them on a rooftop in Brooklyn. I'll send you the details.
I'll check it out. Thanks, Genki. Is the Crimson Hour about to start?
Alright, so we were listening to a J. Jonah Jameson podcast. In this game, for some reason, like many of the features that did not actually make it in, there is no way to actually listen to those.
Yeah.
After you miss them, or if a call gets cut off, even though the first game, I think, had it so you could.
Yeah. It got cut off because the game
glitched.
Yeah, the game glitched out and the sound stopped working, so we had to restart everything. And now I'm hoping that J. Jonah Jameson says that thing again. Otherwise, I guess I can try to, like, repeat it in my own words, because I thought it was really interesting and I wanted to talk about it.
He said most of it. I mean, he was basically talking about how he thinks Spider-Man turned into the monster.
Yeah, he thinks Spider-Man turned into the monster that bit Craven's head off. And I was gonna say, like, why doesn't MJ write a story about how Peter Spider-Man is a different Spider-Man than the creature that has become, like, as if the suit took on its own persona to try and fix it. And then
maybe
you
Harry's
were gonna,
back at his place. Can't hurt to check.
Dan, you were gonna say something about that.
I was just going to say I thought it was interesting. There wasn't really much I was going to add to it.
No, you were gonna add, well, she shouldn't have thrown us under the bus in the first place.
Oh, yeah, no, I stand by that. I forgot that I was going to say that. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay, that's okay. I just thought it was an interesting take, you know, that, like, maybe if she hadn't written that article in the first place, people wouldn't be thinking that that beast was us.
Yeah, look, I get what they're trying to do with MJ. However, I really don't think you ever should have gone this angle. I don't understand. Again, I think it's the same thing as Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. Wait, is that the Neversoft symbol? 1 second. I think that... Oh, it's not. Dang it. I thought this was the old symbol of Neversoft. They worked on the Spider-Man PS1 games.
Oh, that would have been fun.
They had an eyeball.
Aw.
But that's not the same. Sorry. Anyway.
Mr. Osborn, are you okay?
I'm worried about Harry. And I have no one else to talk to. He's, not himself right now. And it's all my fault.
It's mine too. Harry told me about his treatment. I knew something was off, but I was just happy he was back.
I should have told him that more.
You still can. I'll let you know if I hear from him, Mr. Osborn.
Okay. I appreciate it, Peter.
Oh, that makes me so sad.
They're doing a good job of making douchebag Norman Osborn seem like not such a douchebag right now.
They're doing a good job of making me feel bad for him, which I didn't think I would say in this game.
No.
I thought Norman Osborn was just going to be ultra douche for the rest of forever. I didn't think he'd, like, actually have a heart.
I really do think that kind of what they've gotten into a little bit is that some of what caused him to be such a distant jerk is what was going on with his wife's health.
Yeah, because Emily died and he couldn't save her. So he blamed himself and everyone else around him.
And he just kind of became this egotistical, like, you know...
narcissist.
Yeah, it's a shame. But what I was going to say, though, is that I kind of feel like with this game, and I've said it 100 times, so it's one of those things where it's like I don't really want to talk about it too much.
Uh-huh.
Having MJ write that article was a bad look.
You don't like the Lois Lane angle.
No, like I've said 100 times. And I think that they could have gotten around it just doing the supermodel angle. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think she still could have like had the interactions with Peter.
What were you going to say about Harley with Suicide Squad?
And been smart. I think it's the same thing as Harley with Suicide Squad, where they thought that like sexy means bad.
Oh.
Like where it's like, well, people won't take her seriously then.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I think about that angle. Mm-hmm. That's just me, though.
I start yelling, losing my cool. If they did anything to you, I can feel the sand about to take over, and then they splash me with some chemical. Don't know what it is, but trying my hardest to stay awake. I'm fading fast until I see black.
Must have used some strong stuff to knock out Sandman. But what happened to Kemia?
I can feel the raindrops hitting me in the controller.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. I like that. That's fun.
Yeah, that's actually a cool use of the rumble stuff. I don't know. That was just kind of my whole thing on it was I just feel like that was the same angle. So when people tell me like, oh, in the first game I think MJ is really likable, I don't actually think she's hateable. I think people misunderstood what I was saying. Like I think they say like, or they think that I'm saying like, oh, MJ's just a bitch. Like she's such a jerk. I hate her so much. It's like, no, that's not it. It's just that I feel like the first game, MJ is a career woman in the comics, but not at the cost, usually, when written well, of hurting her friends and family. And I feel like they, in a, as they would say, modern lens, wanted to re-examine the character, which often doesn't work when you take a character and you say, I'm gonna do a modern lens. And they wanted to change it and make her like this career woman instead of with modeling with
writing.
With being a reporter. And I get it because it works well in some comic books. It works well with Lois and Superman, but I think that is established well where Lois is a little crazy, but she's, you know, hot and she is a go-getter and
is nice.
Yes, when I'm not swinging very well. I'm not used to this anymore. I think that like they make her very likable, and I think that certain things in the first game, like having her report every single thing going on with Yuri to me, made it look not likable because Yuri was going through so much, and
it kind
Peter
of
told MJ that.
It kind of seems like it pushed Yuri into villainy.
It just certainly didn't help.
No.
You know, like it didn't improve her mental state.
No.
You know, like I know they didn't talk about it, but you have to think like this person is having like a mental breakdown, and then all of a sudden newspaper reportings are reporting on her old failures and like all this stuff right after she watched her entire squad be like wiped out in front of her, and she watched one of her best friends get executed.
I feel like that's kind of messed up, and I also feel like that does make MJ kind of unlikable in some parts. I think she's unlikable at some parts and just mediocre in other parts in the first game.
Sand crystal is
and
mine.
throughout this entire game, I found her extremely likable and
Except that.
and enjoyable, except for that story that she wrote. I don't understand why she didn't sugarcoat it a little bit more, I guess. Like, why is her career more important than her boyfriend?
I don't know.
I wake up in some kind of dungeon. Lots of empty cells around. You're not here. But are you okay?
Marco must have felt so helpless. Trapped. With no idea where his daughter was.
Then Peter's like, I wonder if I should sit on this. Maybe put it up my ass.
You're gonna put Marco's head up your ass?
I don't know. They made like Darth Vader ones, you know?
Oh my.
Just saying.
I want to see the statue now if it's fully done yet. Oh,
It
we
is.
need 2 more.
It's not fully done.
Can we see what it looks like thus far? Oh, cool.
Oh, it's him
Can we-
hugging his daughter.
Can we rotate it?
No.
Oh. Oh, I didn't know that was gonna be his daughter. I guess I didn't understand what he was holding at first.
Chemo is his daughter. Or sorry,
Yeah.
Kemia.
We have to get her head.
Right. Now we have to go find her head.
Yeah. So I guess saying get her head doesn't sound very good, does it?
No. No, it doesn't. Are you wanting, more Raimi?
Nah, let's do a different suit.
You pick. I usually pick.
Can we do the Miguel suit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The blue one? Classic blue?
I don't know, what do you want?
I don't care.
I want to do classic blue. Yeah. Yay.
It's
Miguel.
always such a cool suit.
I love Miguel O'Hara's suit. He's very cool.
You know, when I was a kid and they were coming out with his comics, it was very weird, but for the most part, people really liked it.
Oh, really?
I don't know if that was just people around me, because this was kind of pre everybody being on the internet all the time.
Uh-huh.
But people really liked Miguel. They thought it was super interesting, but weird, you know? All right, so let's see.
I wanted to mention, I feel like it sucks that a lot of these ultra feminists are ruining a lot of female comic book characters that I really like.
Yeah.
Like in terms of MJ has to be has to have a more suitable job than a supermodel, because that's misogynistic to make her super beautiful, I guess. And
Also,
unrealistic.
I don't care about listening to Robbie. You go ahead and talk over him. He does not matter.
No, he doesn't matter at all. And then the same thing with Harley in Suicide Squad. They very obviously make her a lot less sensual and a lot less sexy than she was in the entire Arkham series beforehand.
Yes.
It just kind of feels like it's getting to all of the characters that I really enjoy and who made sexiness a part of their personality. And, like, I don't know, I feel like that's not something that should be considered misogynistic, is like to enjoy your sexuality and think you're beautiful and have confidence. I feel like there's nothing wrong with that for a woman, and I'm sick of people pretending like it is.
You're like the Joker, and I'm sick of pretending it's not.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time playing, because I've been playing Suicide Squad lately, and it's made me really out of practice.
Sorry you've been playing that.
That's okay. I just feel like I have no idea what I'm doing now on this, so I'm going to need a little bit to get my...
You needed some warm-ups?
Yeah, basically.
Is that why we're doing some warm-up side missions?
Kind of.
Good.
Don't worry. I'll get you to an ambulance in no time.
How come this guy couldn't walk?
Or crawl, like I had suggested before.
Oh, it's true. Hey, are we taking the same exact guy to the hospital? Look, it's the same dude. It's the same character model.
He'll be fine.
How many times is this guy gonna get beaten up?
He's like the My Leg guy from SpongeBob.
My leg!
Speaking of that, I wanted to tell you something. So first off, I want to agree with you, but secondly, I did want to say that I find it funny that if I say that, you know what people say?
You're a misogynist?
You're just horny and a misogynist, and you just want to be able to fuck the character. That's genuinely what they say. Like, oh, you're a virgin. That's what people will say to men who say this kind of stuff. They'll say, oh, you're just a virgin. You just want to, like, have the character be bangable. But, like, then a woman says it, and it's, well, you have internalized misogyny or whatever. I find it so funny.
Is there anything wrong with wanting the character to be bangable?
It's always ugly people. I'm going to say this right now, and I do not care that this is offensive. It is always conventionally unattractive people who are mad about characters and other people being attractive. And you know why? Because they can't measure up to that societal standard, so they're angry about it. It would be like if genuinely, I don't care what Danica's saying. You're just like talking about how Spider-Man's bad when he's black, but all of a sudden he's not black anymore and he's good. Like, we get it, you're a racist. But,
We get it, you're a racist, you're awful.
well, she hates black suit Spider-Man, I don't know what to tell you. I just find it convenient her reporting immediately got better as soon as the black suit was off. Coincidence? I think not.
Oh, that's true.
Anyway, so what I was going to say with that is that I find it frustrating that, like, there's an answer for everything. Like, if you say that, it's like, oh, well, you are an internalized whatever. If I say that, it's, oh, well, you're a virgin. You just want to be able to bang the character.
Or, like, some people say to me, well, you're just a pick-me girl who just wants men's validation.
Wait, people say that?
Yeah, people have said that to me before, like,
What the fuck does pick me even mean?
It means
it's
that,
basically like calling a black person an Uncle Tom.
Yeah, basically.
Whoa, that guy's awesome!
That guy is awesome. What is he?
Oh, he's cool is what he is. That's
Cool.
sick. Can we take a second, by the way, to appreciate a couple of things?
Wait, hold on a minute.
off-
We're pulling a naked body out of there.
No, that person's alive.
Oh, his shirt's just
This
skin-colored.
is awesome. So one of the takedowns, the instant takedowns, is to pull someone, like the host, out of the symbiote. That's...
But look, his legs are going through the pavement.
Okay, but anyway, it's really cool.
It is cool.
Secondly, can you take a minute to, like, appreciate the character design of these guys?
They're awesome.
I know they're just, like, generic symbiote, but they're really cool
I
looking.
think they're really cool.
I think they're really awesome. They look like straight out of the 90s.
These are the best villains in the game so far.
Insomniac did such a cool job with this. This guy especially.
This guy's awesome.
This looks like a villain out of Spider-Man comics in, like, the 90s when they were trying to expand on, like, the, the symbiotes and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. Like, this looks like something out of Maximum Carnage or something like that.
Hey, I have a question. Now that Craven's dead, are all of the hunters just, like, fucked off? Like, did they just leave? Or like, where are they? We haven't seen them.
I think we are gonna see them.
Okay.
Let's just give it time, okay?
Okay, because I just was wondering.
It's a fair question. I don't know.
That guy is really cool, though. We might have to use this as a thumbnail.
I know, that guy is awesome. Like, the character design on these is so sick. And, again, that's why I say please. Like, I know,
More Venom!
yeah, I know that they won't do it because it's Sony's fault. Sony pushed to get Insomniac to release this early, and that's just a shame.
It would have been an even better game if that hadn't been the problem.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if there was a way to wish into existence a like, director's cut, you have no idea how much that would just be amazing. Whoa, what's going on here? What is this? This is like out of HP Lovecraft.
Whoa, you died.
Yeah, I didn't know what was happening. I was just so impressed with the symbiotes. I had like I was at like 12% black suit in my pants there.
Oh no.
Alright, sorry about that. Can I just say though really quick, do you have anything else to say about the symbiotes?
I was just gonna say a director's cut of this game would have been, I think that it would probably make Game of the Year.
Oh yeah. Maybe someday when it's on PC, people can restore some of the content, but it's such a mechanics-heavy game that I think it would be a lot harder to restore content in something like this than it would be in something like Fallout.
Well, Insomniac might be able to bring back some of the cut content with DLCs, kind of like what happened with Assassin's Creed. You remember in Assassin's Creed 2, they cut out like a section in the middle of the game that didn't make sense, and then they brought it back in a DLC.
I don't know if they cut it out though. Like, I don't know. Yes, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know if it was originally supposed to be in the game.
Oh, I thought it was.
I know that wasn't there. I think they did it on purpose. Like, I don't think it was a cut content. I think they did it as a way to sell DLC. But I have seen games before, have stuff that couldn't make it into the final game that they then re-released, like later.
I want to hear more about what you were saying about, like the
pick-me stuff?
Yeah.
So, I think for me it's unfortunate, and my personal opinion as a fat man, is that this would be like me getting mad every time there is an attractive man who's like really handsome in movies. Like if I was threatened by the existence of Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
And instead men, look, not all, because there's a lot of men who are threatened by that stuff. But I think a lot of men look at it and they either think, I wish I could do that, but I don't have the motivation. Or they look at it and they think, whoa, that's inspiring. That guy is awesome. A lot of them don't look at it and think, oh man, no one's ever going to want to bang me when Hugh Jackman is out there in Wolverine shape. They just don't. A lot of men, not all, a lot, don't think that way.
Can we put a pin in that real quick? Did you hear he said Kraven's latest hunt as if Kraven was still alive?
Yeah.
I think we were supposed to do these before Kraven died.
Yeah, well, people wanted me to push through the story, and I've been trying to, but then I miss content like this. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, because I do get some comments that are like, how are you still on your first playthrough? How haven't you finished yet? And it's like, I don't know, I play multiple games, and I don't really like just sitting around doing the Let's Play channel that makes literally no money that I just do for fun all day. Like, I can't do that all day. It's a fun thing.
I think our biggest problem was we have to play so many games all the time for your channel.
Yeah, and also, this is supposed to be for fun.
Yeah.
Like, this is not like a profitable capitalist venture here. We're just sitting playing games for fun. Like, if I had no job, absolutely, I'd be getting through these games in a week.
Yeah.
But I do, and unfortunately,
I sadly do as well.
That's the way it is. So I don't know. I want this channel to be fun for people, guys. Like, I want it to be fun. That's why I appreciate.
And we want to play games at our leisure.
Yeah, and that's why I appreciate that for the most part people are kind about it and get along with each other and have nice conversations. This channel, by the way, not to hate on the main channel or any channel, this channel and JRPG have such nice communities, even compared to Degenerate Jay. Mm-hmm. I try so hard to cultivate like a nice community on Degenerate Jay of people who are nice to each other and want to talk and chill, but like it's just so big that it gets out of your control. You know, like it like I'm not saying I'm super successful because I'm not.
Ooh, look at that last name. How do you pronounce that?
According to the data, this person died 2 years ago? Probably just an error. Still more eyes in the skies. Can't leave Kraven's toys flying around.
Bubby, how do you pronounce that last name?
Matthew Wang.
Really?
WKNG.
WK like was the initials, and then it was just NG as the last name.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
The last name was just NG.
Matthew Wong is Wong. Could it have been Wong?
No, it was just NG.
Oh.
Didn't you
Maybe it was
see
like,
it?
Yeah, but I thought maybe I was just tired. Maybe it was like Win or Nguyen or whatever.
No, I think it was Ng.
Whoa. You think it was what now?
Ng.
Okay. Careful there.
What if it's just G? Like the N is silent, it's just G.
Oh, Jilly. Anyway,
No, you be quiet. I want to say
me to talk
something.
about pick-me's, which you are one. Oh,
I'm
Jonah!
going to believe this, but as always here, it is absolute truth. Gooey black monsters have begun popping up around the city. I repeat, monsters are in our city, propagating and disseminating to ends unknown. We've heard numerous accounts of missing persons, families torn apart, friends and loved ones mysteriously disappearing. But now believe we can shed some light on the culprits. These vile creatures appear to be abducting us. For what nefarious purpose? We don't know yet. Now, more than ever, we need to look out for each other. Don't go out alone, unless it's an emergency. You could be next. I fear the worst is yet to come.
How come you can't high-five people in this game?
You probably can. I just probably didn't find anyone who I could, because it was only certain people.
Do you think that some people listen to J. Jonah Jameson's podcast and, like, hate Spider-Man?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like a joke, like a take on Alex Jones type stuff. Like they're trying to say like, oh, this is an alarmist podcast type thing. They're trying to parody that kind of thing.
And, like, do you think there's a group of people who, like, don't like Spider-Man because of that?
Yes.
That's interesting. I wish we would encounter them more. I wanted to mention that I feel like men are often sexualized in movies and in TV shows and in video games all the time with their rippling abs and, like...
Their sweat dripping off their brow and their
and
gorgeous
taking their
pants
shirt off.
bulges
Yeah.
and their long, luscious hair and...
Yeah, anyway, that's okay. That's fine. It's okay to sexualize men.
Because that's a male power fantasy is what people will say to you in response, but go ahead.
But it's not okay to sexualize women even though...
69! Combo,
What?
sorry. 69 combo.
Crystal's all clear now.
Even though a lot of women like seeing that kind of thing because it makes them feel sexy and confident.
Oh, I have a response to you after we finish Sandman here. I think we have one more after this.
That's his
They
penis.
say their boss is coming soon, and that he wants to meet me. I'm not waiting around. Sorry to break our promise, Kimi, but I'll tear this city apart to find you.
Marco was worried Craven's people hurt his kid. That's why he blew up.
I'd be worried too. I don't blame the guy.